Of course, tonight it's the match between Norths and Winnem-Manly. And first up, let's have a look at the Winnem-Manly side with George Doniger.
Winnem-Manly showing pretty haphazard form, to tell you the truth, Billy. They only won one of the 4 Woolworths pre-season games. They've lost 2 of the 4 games so far in the State League. And last week, going down to Central Queensland by 22-18 was a bit much for Des Morris. He's promised revenge today against Northern Suburbs. They've had their injury problems. They've got Walsh at 5'8", Holder at half-back, Camburis in the lock-forward position, and Lavis in the front row. But once again, they need to win, and they need to keep winning to make their semi-final chances look any good. And Des Morris had this to say about his team today.
Well, we're looking for a big improvement on our last performance here. And all the boys are very conscious of the fact that the last time they come here, they were disgraced, really. And, you know, that's what's in the back of their mind today. And we had one trial against Norths in the Woolies, and it was a wet day, and we beat them 12-0. But, you know, they're a fairly good side, and they've had a couple of wins under their belt, so we're looking forward to the game.
Well, let's hope they keep those thoughts in the back of their mind and they look for the improvement that Des Morris hopes they get. Scott, Butler, French, Miles, Attell, and there's Walsh and Holder in 14-15, Camburis at lock, Bullock. The other forwards, Batiste, Lavis, Green, Seaton, Dawes, Johnston, Anderson and Barry Gain, of course, are the other reserve forwards. Northern Suburbs, of course, they're struggling as well to stay in the semis. They've only won 2 against North Queensland and against Wide Bay. And both times they go to jail in those 2 games to win those 2 games to get their 4 points. They lost in Toowoomba. They drew with the Gold Coast after leading 15-0 in the first quarter. Only 5 points and also showing pretty haphazard form. Must win today also to make their semi-final chances look any good at all. Of course, Graham Lowe was up with us on Sports World this morning, and Graham gave us some up-to-date information on their injury changes to the side.
But we've got capable players replacing them, and I'm quite confident if they play to their, you know, their maximum ability, that they'll be able to come away with the game all right.
Graham, it's bad luck for Joe Kilroy. He's got a lot of ability, hasn't he?
Yeah, Joe has had a lot of pressure on him, probably more than any other player in the competition, and I've given him a particularly hard time, but he was responding well, and he had a fairly good game against the Gold Coast, and last week, the first 15 minutes that he was on, he made 3 or 4 very good breaks, and you could tell he was set to have a good season, I think. Well, it's just unfortunate he's out for 6 weeks.
It's bad luck, isn't it? Because he might put a bit of weight on, won't he? Well, anyway, you're playing Winnem-Manly today, Graham. Do you think you'll win?
Yes, I think we can win as long as the players all put in 100% effort for 80 minutes.
Well, lots of good players out of the Northern Suburbs team, but still plenty of good players left in there. Alro at fullback, West, Dunn, Garozzo, Warnock, Gray, Henrik, Bartia, Elliott, Bernardin, Curran, Canescu, Sutton. Campbell Dews is a late replacement for Neville Draper, Dave Logan, McMahon and Trevor Lucas. Billy.
OK, well, that's how the teams line up. We'll be back in just a moment to bring you the action of the game between Norths and Winnem-Manly. There's the kick-off here at Lang Park, and the ball's going to carry down to John Elra, the Northern Suburbs fullback. He'll bring it up to the quarter line and eventually going to be crushed to the ground over there on the tackle coming about by Gene Miles. He'll play it now. Norths taking it up to Wynnum. Wynnum nice and keen. Pretty important match for both teams today. See how they work it out from there. Canescu getting it across over there to big Sutton, and Sutton is put down. He'll play it now away from dummy half. Norths getting up to about 10 metres short of the halfway mark now. Still in their own territory, of course. It's Bernardin doubling around. Norths trying to find that Wynnum defence is nice and solid in the opening part of this match. Still very fine and very hot out here at Lang Park under the conditions. Dummy half Canescu swinging it back. Coming up there is Henrik. Going to be picked up nicely over there by Attell. Put to the ground. Dummy half. Coming up is Gary Seaton. Wynnum only about 7 or 8 metres inside the Northern Suburbs half of the field. Solid running here. Both teams starting off to a pretty good bat. It's Batiste who ran through there. That's Lavis. Getting unloaded. He's lost it. Ball going in all directions. And the referee going to play a knock on, and so it's referee Eddie Ward moving in there for the first scrum of the match to be fed by Henrik. In by Henrik, referee wants it in again. Going to be taken out by Wynnum. Running around with it over there is Holder. He's going to be tackled. Getting up to play it now. To Walsh. And across to Colin Scott into it. Scott trying to find a break but can't. Going to be put to the ground. Tackler up there is Darryl Gray. Up the centre is Batiste. Dummy half waiting for it is David Green. There's Lavis. Lavis put down. He's about 40 metres out now from the northern suburbs line. Green. Walsh. Oh, here's Miles on the, or rather French on the burst. Nice piece of play there on the opening part, but quickly going to be put to the ground. He'll play it now. Walsh. Crashing his way up there will be Gary Seaton. On the play the ball, here's Wynnum putting on some early pressure now. Green sending it back to Walsh, going to put up the up and under. It's not going to be a bit far enough. Who comes away with it? Winner-Manly come away with it. That's Green over there, and very, very close to the line is Green. Getting up to play it. Miles is the dummy half. He'll swing it back. On it goes to coming through there. Batiste sends it away this time, and going in the corner will be Butler. And there's the first try on the board for Winner-Manly. After only 3 minutes of play, they're off to a flying start. Go to a lead of 3 points to 0. Let's watch it again. Swinging it away. On it goes to Batiste. Batiste gets his pass away this time to Butler, and Butler's able to go for the corner and is in for the try. Let's have a look at it from the head on. Here's Barry Muir.
Yes, well, that was a good try by Winner-Manly. They used the back line well there. As you can see, they're throwing the ball around. Scott come in there for the pass, but they cut him out, and Butler got it and went over for a fine try. Well, that's a good start to Winner-Manly, and they're looking all right.
So now Colin Scott.
Des Morris in his pre-match comments just a couple of minutes ago, Billy, as you know, said that they were a bit disgusted at their performance here last time, and they had that in the back of their minds. They wanted to play a lot better. Well, they're starting the right way.
They most certainly are. Here's Colin Scott attempting to convert the try. Oh, it's going to be away to the left-hand side of the uprights. He's been a bit disappointing with the boot as of late, but there's the score. Winner-Manly are leading Northern Suburbs by 3 points to 0. Kick off by Gary Warnock. Going to carry back there to Attell. Up the centre, but it's going to be tackled and put to the ground. Winner-Manly off to a flying start here at Lang Park. Here's the kick coming in from the halfback in Holder. Going back there is John Alroe, the fullback today, but look at all the red and green in front of him. Can he outstrip them? Cross field, but eventually going to be put down by Green. David Green, the hooker for Winner-Manly. Warnock coming up this Emma. Right on the halfway mark now. Canescu, the dummy half. Sending it back over there to Bernarden. Canescu, dummy half again. Won't let him play the ball. And a penalty coming up to Northern Suburbs. So that'll allow them to move upfield a little bit as Gary Warnock comes round and will kick for touch. Referee Eddie Ward.
Talking about Colin Scott's kicking, Billy's kicked 15 goals in the first 4 state league games.
Kick is going to find touch. 25 metres out from the Winner-Manly line. Now let's see if Norths can do something from here. Bernarden, obviously a set move. Coming away with it this time will be front rower in Curran. Canescu up to dummy half. Back over to Bernarden again. Lost, rolls on the ground, a Wynnum ball. Quickly sending it away was the dummy half up there in Seaton. Penalty Wynnum, and one that they needed to relieve the pressure somewhat, although they did have possession on that occasion. 5'8" getting up with it. Walking away, not the best. And so we'll have a kick coming up for touch. All right, the big centre in Gene Miles. Onto the mark is Green. Coming up the centre there will be Bullock. Bullock put to the ground. Getting up to play it now with 8 minutes of the match gone so far. Wynnum leading 3-0. Davis got it away, cutting back inside this time is Butler. Green to dummy half. Holder. Back over there to Batiste. Batiste put down just inside the Northern Suburbs half of the field now. To Walsh. Then away to Miles. Wrapped up. Can't get the pass away. Moving up on top of him there. Very smartly. Running across field this time. Pass coming is Camburis. He's about 7 or 8 metres now. Winner-Manly inside North's territory. They've started well today. Things didn't go well for them last time, but here's the big fellow, Miles, on the burst now, looking back inside, sends it over the top. It's going to be taken over there by Holder, working back, gets it away this time to Butler. Butler in turn sends it back inside to Colin Scott. Gee, things didn't go their way when they were at Lang Park last time, but they're making up for it so far today at Winner-Manly. Waiting for the ball to go in with Henrik. Penalty to Northern Suburbs before the ball goes in, not packing straight on. Well, Barry Muir, what do you think of the match so far? 8 minutes gone.
Well, I tell you what, Miles really showed a bit of pace. So that was a beautiful run by Gene Miles, and if he keeps that form up, he's going to be a big trouble to North, and I don't think they can handle the pace at the moment because Wynnum are throwing it around really well, and they're looking the better side at present.
Sutton taking it up. Put to the ground in the tackle, coming about from Seaton. Northern Suburbs, 30 metres out from their own line. Played forward. Back it goes to Canescu. From the play the ball, Elliott dummy half. Bernarden. Now gets it away this time to Curran. Up over the halfway, looking for support. Not a great deal about. And eventually going to be wrestled to the ground. Barty is the dummy half. Henrik. Now, North's looking a little bit better. They swing it wide. But intercepted, taken over there by Miles. Here's a try. He's up over the quarterway, racing out for the line, and he'll ease down underneath the post. And Gene Miles is over for Winner-Manly's second try after only 9 minutes of play. Well, not a great deal to it. Let's watch it as it goes out along the Northern Suburbs back line. Right across. Now the dummy. Now swinging around, and Miles comes in. Fumbled just a little bit, but then took off, and it was no worries after that. Stretching out, and he's a big fellow with a big stride.
There was no need for Garozzo to throw the dummy, Billy. He would have been better served to throw a quick pass, as you'll see on the front on replay, I'd say.
So there he goes, Gene Miles over for the try. Wynnum building up a lead of 6 points to 0 from the head-on shot now. Here's Barry Muir.
Well, there's a perfect example of which if you're going to throw the ball, throw it, pal. Don't look and then hang on and then throw it. But here, you didn't see the dummy which the North player threw, but Miles just intercepted and away he goes. Match, I just mentioned him about 4 minutes ago when he made that good break, that this fellow, if he's in form today, he's going to be a real needle in the haystack for Northern Suburbs, and I think this is a real good start by Winner-Manly.
Waiting now for Colin Scott. He's dead set in front. Shouldn't be any doubt about this one. It's on its way, and so Winner-Manly have a lead of 8 points to 0.
Green. Wayne Holder, playing halfback, wearing number 15. Holder put down about 15 metres short of the halfway line. David Green. Gary Seaton this time, playing front row this afternoon and making a good job, but makes a clean break inside to Green, the hooker. Green with a bit of room to move, fires one out to Attell, but Attell can't hang on to it. No knock on indicated, play on indicated. Attell with the ball. He loses it. And Northern Suburbs ball. No, Wynnum got it back with 6 to go. Lavis, out it goes again. Gene Miles with room to move. Brett French has Butler on the inside, but he'll score himself. Oh, he's fallen over. Well, would you believe that? Had no one to beat and fell over. Golly, gee. Yeah, sidestepped himself. 6 to go. Not good play from Northern Suburbs. They shouldn't have kicked at that ball. It was their last tackle for Winner-Manly. Wynnum could score again here, leading by 8 points to 0. Out it goes, Lavis. Gene Miles, a long pass. Attell on the bounce. Attell comes infield, still running. Put down, just inside the quarterway by about 8 metres. Winner-Manly doing all the attack in this first quarter. 12 metres inside the quarterway now. I couldn't believe that. Fell over himself. Out it goes. Tony Camburus. Camburus gives it back. Miles is pulled down about 6 metres out. Winner-Manly after try number 3. Penalty Winner-Manly. That's him now. That's young Brett French. He does everything right except score the try. There's Butler on the outside now. Butler just at the bottom of your screen. Butler goes inside. Right thing to do. French looks inside, then looks away, and has got no one to beat, and then decides to do a step and falls over. No way in the world Johnny Elroy would have caught him if he hadn't tried to do that step. The penalty kick's been taken. Scott's successful. Wynnum-Manly go to a 10-0 lead. Northern Suburbs after these points. Precious time left. Darryl Gray, a long one to Warnock. He should score. Butler's got him and pulls him down just short of the line. Can North score from here? Bartia held up. Wynnum-Manly leading by 10-0. About 2 minutes of play remaining in this first quarter. Henrik knocked down by Wynnum-Manly, and Northern Suburbs ball. So 6 to go, but Northern Suburbs are back on the quarterway now. Russell Curran to play it back to Darryl Gray. Tony Elliott. Crossfield, busting tacklers. Garozzo, oh, a front-on tackle there. Lovely tackle from young Brett French. Canescu from dummy half. Can he score himself? Not this time. About 3 metres out. Canescu to play it back to Shane Bernardin. Darryl Gray, Ross Henrik, Brian Dunn, Alro. Ball not moving very fast. Hitting plenty of players but not gaining too much ground. Dunn, Henrik puts the kick in this time. Wait for it, a bounce and a try, I think. Yes, sir. We'll pay the try, says referee Eddie Ward, and I think the first man there was Bartia and not Warnock. We'll have a good look at it. But the first try to North, 10-3 now. They needed this one badly. Kick from Henrik. There's Bartia going through. Warnock on the other side. Wynnum-Manly make the fatal mistake of letting it bounce. And I think Bartia got his hand onto it before it got away. We'll have a look at it from the front on. Barry Muir.
This is really developing into a top game of football. This is, you've got everything, speed, defence and attack. Here's a beautiful little kick by a little chip by Rossi Hendricks, the former Queensland halfback. Bartia flying onto it. There's a bit of a scramble around the line, but he was there first all right. And top try. Good work, Ross Hendricks.
Warnock with the ball set now, and after watching that replay closely, I'd say Gary Warnock was the try scorer. So Warnock scoring the try and attempting to convert the try to make it to 10-5 at quarter time. A bit of breeze across him, but it's coming. Hit the post and in she goes. 10-5. Wynnum-Manly D North at quarter time.
And a planned move coming up. Green still going across field, finds Batiste on the burst. He in turn is wrapped up by Bartia over the top. On the play the ball. Miles cutting back inside, still going as Miles. One-handed pass, but it'll be taken over there by Curran. Curran starting to stretch out. Butler's coming in from the wing, and also Kambura's there to cover him up. But he's brought play up to 20 metres out from the Wynnum-Manly line. Brian Dunn is dummy half. Turns it back inside to Henrik. He gets it to Curran, standing flat-footed. Can't make much headway as the defence knocks him over. He'll play it now. Henrik across to Gray. Gray going to be wrapped up in the Wynnum defence. Colin Scott's there, so too is Bullock. Dummy half is Canescu. Back over to Bernardin. Elliott. Through the gap goes Elliott. Still going as Elliott. He's there. He got out of 3 tackles to score. Standing outside of Shane Bernardin. Send it away to him. Here it goes. That's Canescu. Cross it goes to Bernardin. Then to Elliott. 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 tackles from Colin Scott head away. This will make some very interesting head-on viewing. Here's Barry Muir.
Well, that was bad defence there on part of Wynnum-Manly there, because they just let that fella just break right through here instead of pass going to Elliott. This fella just didn't know what to do. The bloke that went in for the tackle, and again over the top went Scott, which is a shocking performance for a Queensland fullback, and under the sticks.
Moving up is Gary Warnock. It's on its way. It is there, and the score is 10-all between Norths and Wynnum-Manly.
With 10 minutes of play remaining in this second quarter. North's ball. Henrik, who's made a big difference here this afternoon, playing very well, trying to get his spot back in the KB Cup side, I'd say, and the Queensland team. Strong competitive player. Northern Suburbs level at 10-all. Can they grab the lead for the first time in the game? Bartia, Henrik, Bernardin loses the ball in a scrum to pack.
Well, I think the man that's doing a lot of work for Wynnum-Manly is Brian Batiste. He's playing quite a good game, number 10 for Wynnum-Manly, and shows Shane Bernardin also for North. 2 good second rowers. This is developing into a real good game of football. But I'm just a bit worried about the defence at the moment of Wynnum-Manly.
penalty going to Northern Suburbs, and Gary Warnock will kick for touch on the old grandstand side. 10 all the score, and play to restart from about 10 metres out. Henrik with the ball, 10 metres from the goal line. 10 all the score. Rod West about still 10 metres from the line, but coming near centre field. Henrik. Elliott, who's had a good game. Russell Curran running well also for Northern Suburbs in their second quarter. Still 10 metres out, centre field, 10 all the score. Northern Suburbs and Winner-Manly. Elliott, who scored one individual try, almost over for number 2. 2 metres from scoring Northern Suburbs. Coming back with a vengeance, Canescu! Canescu in for try number 3, and the Devils at the front for the first time, 13 points to 10. Here it is. Canescu, famous for this. Strong young lad. Over. A try, Barry Muir.
Yes, well, there once again is the down the middle defence by Winner-Manly, which is very, very weak as far as I'm concerned. And there we see Canescu just going over for the easiest of tries. Well, that just is not on.
So Warnock attempting to convert the try scored by Canescu. Should kick it. No, he missed it. Went wide. Play to restart by Colin Scott. 13-10, and Winner-Manly, after starting the first 10 minutes of the first quarter in tremendous fashion, scored 2 tries, should have scored 3, find themselves down now by 13 points to 10, and the determination of Northern Suburbs coming into their play. Bernard, a settling influence. Bernard and Elliott playing very well, the 2 second rowers. Henrik reversing it behind the ruck. Elliott once again. Back inside. Russell Curran, who's made a couple of big busting runs. Doesn't get too far this time. Curran, 20 metres inside his own territory. Canescu to distribute. Has a go himself. Sees the gap. Runs 15 metres before he's finally put down. Good thinking, Greg Canescu. West Sutton. Henrik. Left foot kick. High one. Butler back after it. Beautiful kick, Ross Henrik. And Henrik just directing things from behind play. Settle the team down. And Northern Suburbs looking like a good football side. This scrum about 10 metres inside Winner-Manly quarter. 5 minutes of play remaining in this second quarter. And Holder takes it out for Winner-Manly. Winner-Manly down by 13 points to 10. Can they pick up points before the end of the second quarter or before half-time? Brett French. French on his own quarterway. Gene Miles in the middle. Pushes off one. Almost gets through the big fellow, but they wrap him up, Northern Suburbs. Finally put him on the ground. David Green, Tony Camburis, Gary Seaton. Seaton, what a versatile player Seaton is. Half-back, second row, front row. Holder to new player. The new player is Barry Gain. G-A-N-E, Barry Gain has replaced Roger Lavis. Gene Miles. Miles makes another clean break. He makes it look easy when he gets the ball. Back to Scott. Scott with a bit of speed. Fires it back to French. French finds Walsh. Walsh over the top. Green's there. 6 to go, and he's made a mess of it. No knockback. Out to Attell. Run, they say. Attell for the corner. Across comes Elrow. Pull him down. Winner-Manly, can they score from here? Forcing a penalty, John Elrow, professional play there. John Elrow forcing a penalty. And Winner-Manly stopped in their quest to try and get an extra try on the board. Down by 13 points to 10. David Green takes the tap, and he can't find his way through there. They've got 5 left in this lot of 6. Yes, this time, they try. Well done, David Green. Well done, my boy. A good try. Very quick. But that's the one they wanted. 3 tries apiece. 13 all. Here it is. He's pulled down very short. Quite legal. He's got a marker. John Elrow's in front of him. He gets up quickly, puts it down, kicks it forward, reaches through and gets the hand on it. Peels for the try and gets it. 13 all. Barry Muir.
Yes, well, once again there, Northern Suburbs defence was a little bit slack there in the middle also, and apparently when they're getting over near the line, that's the only way you can score a try against these two sides, down the middle and tapping the ball. You know, Winner-Manly really, really are a flashy-looking side, and I'm not kidding, when they throw that ball around, they really look well.
Colin Scott has himself set, trying to grab the lead back. It's high enough, but I think it's going to go wide. No goal. So the score's locked at 13 all.
Spectacular action from the kickoff there as the ball came back to the Winner-Manly second row. Batiste, but knocked over very solidly. However, he's back onto his feet. Play goes on. This is Gary Seaton. Seaton up the centre is going to be put down. From the play the ball now. Green is the dummy half. Back over to Cam Burris. And that is the second row going up there in Bullock. Green to dummy half. Back on it goes to Holder, Walsh, Miles, Walsh, French. Moving the ball around with Winner-Manly. Final tackle, Green. Back on to Miles. Camburus to Miles again. Still on the go. Let's see what he can do this time. Run it out himself. Give it away to his winger. Yes, he does. Attell going for the corner. Will he get in this time? Yes. Over in the corner. Phil Attell in for the try. And Winner-Manly sweep to the lead very early in the third quarter of this match. And watch the play here, going right across, using the quick hands to get it to one side. Play comes to a hold over there with Brett French, but Winner-Manly quickly reorganised on the final tackle, swing it back the other way, and then on it goes again. Miles doubling around Camburus, stretching out, and you'll see Attell come into the picture, and he sends it away to Attell, and Attell goes for that corner. A diving tackle just fails to slow him down by John Alroe. And he's in for the try. Should make some good head-on viewing. Here's Barry Muir.
Well, that was a top try by Winner-Manly. They're certainly a great attacking side. You see where the Miles come around and made the break. And that little Attell, he's always on the ball there for a winger, which he should be. And here you see him streaking away. Good pass from Miles onto Attell, and over he goes for a great try. That's good work by Winner-Manly. Obviously, Desi Morris has said, well, keep throwing that ball around in the backs because that's where you're going to beat them. So... at the moment, Winner-Manly looking good.
Kick is going to fail, so waved away. The score remaining Winner-Manly leading by 16 to 13. It's Desi Morris. Winner-Manly coach should be feeling reasonably happy. His team will hit the front very early in this third quarter. Waiting for Rossi Henrik to feed. Takes it out, sends it across to Barty, is standing wide. He's up over the quarterway, was almost through. Got it back over to Bernardin. Bernardin centre wide. This is Brian Dunn. Dunn, oh, he lost it. Was thinking about getting the pass away. It had the ball out, was juggled out of his hands, drived on by Batiste. This is Walsh. Pushed away Bernardin that time. Elliott coming in too. About to play it. Dummy half is Green. Back over there to Holder. Camburus, Miles. Wrapped up this time. Oh, still thinking about trying to get that ball away. Went close to losing it. Shane Bernardin thinks that Norths have it. He pointed out to the referee, Eddie Ward, but Winner-Manly retained it. Green, Holder, Batiste. Goes to ground with it. Have to play it now. Dummy half Green again. Back over to Holder. Camburus. Coming through on the bustle is Seaton this time. Nice tackle, getting right underneath there was Sutton. Wynnum keep it going though. Green sending it across over. Coming onto it this time is Colin Scott, wrapped up right on the quarterway. Camburus took it inside of him and almost set him in motion.
Cocky McMahon coming on, Billy. Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
Commonly known as Cocky McMahon. I don't know who his place he's going to take.
I don't think anyone knows at this stage.
Rod West, by the look of it.
Yes, he's on and West is off. Wynnum ball, or rather North's ball. That's the fullback and Alroe going to ground with it. Northern Suburbs right on their quarterway now. Away from dummy half is McMahon. Running right across field. Canescu, Bernardin. Back inside to Bardia. Picked up, dumped to the ground. Tackler there was Green. To where they're going, Canescu then, doubling around. It's midway between the quarterway and halfway, down inside Northern Suburbs territory. 8 minutes of the third quarter. Wynnum leading by 13 to 10. Garozzo over the halfway, dummying. Now coming back inside. There's Henrik. Little Rossi Henrik gets his pass back to Bernardin. And Bernardin wrapped up right on the quarter line, was trying to get away to Bardia, but that's the final tackle, and we have a scrum coming up. And gee, these 2 second rows for Northern Suburbs.
Got through some work, Billy.
Oh, they're playing tremendous football, both Elliott and Bernardin. Wynnum ball, but a penalty Norths. Northern Suburbs penalty. Will kick for touch. It's just on the quarter line. Down in Winner-Manly territory. Barry Muir, what do you think of the first part of this third quarter?
Well, it's quite an entertaining game, Bill. I do agree with you there. The two second rowers for Norths, Tony Elliott and Shane Bernard, are really playing good football. Wynnum-Manly still looking well. I like that Gene Miles. I also think he's playing top football for Wynnum. But, well, this is going to be a hard game, this, and it's a very enjoyable game.
There's Bernard, gets it back to his second row partner in Elliott. Dummy half Canescu, Henrik to Gray. Gray turns it back inside to Brian Dunn on the burst, loses it. Towed through. Wynnum couldn't get it. Just diving at it there was Camburis, but couldn't get it. So play will come back to on the quarter line. Big strong run by Brian Dunn. See Green bringing up to the quarter line. David Green restarts it from the quarterway to Seaton. Then away to Bullock. Ooh, unloads it, but Bardia ends up with it. Bardia 20 metres out from the Winner-Manly line. Can Norths come back now? They're down 3 points. Elliott, Bernarden. Back, no one. He was going to give it inside to Curran. Went himself. Holder's there, so too is Miles, and they'll put him down. He'll play it. Gray to dummy half. Goes himself. Stepping through. Out of one. Still going. He's in. He's only got to get it down. He's there. And he does. 16 points all. The 5'8", Darryl Gray is over for Northern Suburbs. Here he goes, scooting away from the dummy half spot, out of Batista's tackle, stepping his way through a gap as he's taken by Green from behind. Now getting in there to grab him is Walsh, but he's in for the try. And here it is coming up from head on now. You'll see once again getting out of a few of those tackles. Here's Barry.
Yes, well, Darryl Gray, I really reckon he's a good little player, a future player, up-and-coming player, and also he's a good halfback. But here he's playing 5'8" today, and you see the strong run by him, stepping around and over and carrying about 3 Winner-Manly players with him. Once again, that middle of Winner-Manly seems to be open close to the line.
Gary Warnock attempting to put Norths back into the lead. The kick is on its way. Let's have a look. It's waved away. Waved away, so the score remains North 16, Winner-Manly 16.
6.5 minutes of play remaining in this third quarter, and the penalty from the scrum going once again to Winner-Manly. Gene Miles to kick for touch. Grandstand side. Big long kick. Good kick. Great kick from Gene Miles, takes play just inside the Northern Suburbs quarter. Barry Gain. Gain replaced Roger Lavis, playing in the front row. Gain. Reversing play beyond the ruck. Winner-Manly. Batiste is over! Oh, yes! Brian Batiste rewarded with a try. He's had a great game. And he runs straight and hard, as you can see then. Watch it on the replay. Got that ball, a very determined hard runner. There he is, straight ahead, and brings the ball around close to the sticks, and they grab the lead back 19-16. Barry Muir.
Well, that was a great bit of work there by Winner-Manly forward, especially Gary Seaton when he brought the try scorer around for that great try. Batiste, who scored the try, has been playing real good football. Here you see Batiste just stepping through, using his strength. And he's been a prominent second row, or a prominent forward for Winner-Manly. Once again, Winner-Manly a hit back.
Colin Scott has only kicked 2 out of 5. And that's a simple one. And up go the flags, an extra 2 points. 21 points to 16. Winner-Manly leading Northern Suburbs. 21 points to 18. 5 tries to 4. Winner-Manly have scored against Northern Suburbs, but anybody's game. 10 minutes of play left. The next try should possibly win it for either side. Elroy back after the ball, but it'll run to touch. Oh, yes. What a great kick. Whoa. Now's a chance for Winner-Manly. 21-18. And the scrum to pack here. How are the scrums, Billy?
Scrums at this stage, George. Coming up 9-8 Northern Suburbs way, so not a great deal there. And the penalties are going 9-8 Winner-Manly way.
No give or take in either the scrums or the penalties. Ball in this time by Henrik. Wynnum need the ball. The crowd start to chant Wynnum in the out of here, and the penalty goes to Wynnum as well. So they've got the ball, not from the scrum, but from the penalty. Dave Green with the ball. Has a go himself. 5 left in this lot of 6. Can Winner-Manly score a try from here, leading by 21 points to 18. Another try will make it very hard. Sean Johnson! No! Very close. David Green. And Northern Suburbs come up with the ball. No, Winner-Manly have still got it. I thought that Green had lost it on that occasion. Johnson, Camburus, Brian Walsh, inside to Brett French. 3 left in this lot of 6. French to play the ball, 10 metres out. Camburus, crossfield, Wayne Bullock. Bullock still a couple of metres from scoring. This is the last tackle, says Eddie Ward. I thought there was only 4. Must have been 5. Wayne Holder, Camburus, Green, Walsh steps, looks for support, inside, Sean Johnson, and Johnson put down on the last tackle. 21-18, 5 tries to Winner-Manly, to Butler, Miles, Attell, Batiste and Green, the try scorers for Winner-Manly. Another replacement by the look of it. Who's going off?
It'll be Marshall Anderson, the player coming on.
Yes, and we haven't found out.
Somewhere in there. Someone in there.
What is going to happen? Looks like Gene Miles is coming into the second row. Miles into the second row.
Bullock leaving the field.
Bullock leaving the field, and Anderson onto the wing. Well, big Gene Miles, he's big enough to play front row, of course. But I think they'd be better served to leave him in the centres, but Des Morris knows more about his footballers than what I do. There's Bullock coming off, Wayne Bullock, a former centre 3/4 himself. And Northern Suburbs get the penalty and take the kick. Warnock. That's okay. It finds touch about 10 metres outside the quarter. Time ticking away. 7 minutes of play remaining. Winner-Manly 21. Northern Suburbs 18. Still anybody's game. Bardia with the ball. Norths have 5 points on the competition table. Winner-Manly have 4. So both teams need, oh yes, effectively held. Penalty going. And a little bit of back chat also, and another 10 metres. Now they could kick for goal if they wanted to. Could kick for goal if they wanted to, but it looks like Miles is going to kick for touch. Winner-Manly, a converted try for Winner-Manly, make things very difficult for the Devils. David Green. Sean Johnson. Johnson into the quarterway, pulled down by Russell Curran. 5 left in this lot of 6 for Winner-Manly. David Green, Wayne Holder, Batiste, Brian Batiste, a strong run. 11 metres from scoring Winner-Manly. 4 left in this lot of 6. David Green from dummy half, pull down. 2 metres out. 3 left. Batiste to distribute from dummy half. Holder, back the other way, doesn't know which way he's going. Pulled down by Henrik. 2 left in this lot of 6. Still 8 metres from scoring. David Green, Tony Camburus, inside to Gary Seaton. Seaton pulled down. This is the last tackle. Northern Suburbs are holding them out. Winner-Manly hold a lead of 21-18. Gene Miles, over! Oh yes, that's the one that Winner-Manly wanted. 6 tries, 24 points to 18. Here's the big fellow playing in the second row at this last few moments. Powers his way through. Strong run, great game from Miles. Barry Muir.
Well, that was a great try there by Gene Miles. Has had a top game. Winner-Manly have been grafting away on North's line for the last 5 minutes, and that just about wraps the ball game up for mine, and I've backed another winner.
6-point advantage. Winner-Manly. Colin Scott to try and make it 8, and no goal. No goal, so a 6-point advantage, very handy, 24-18 with the 4 minutes of play remaining. That 6 points could be very advantageous for Winner-Manly. Bernardin takes the kick off, the ball goes out, loose in the ground. Knock on indicated. Scrum to pack. Winner-Manly ball from the scrum. Holder. Anderson. Sean Johnson. Been a tough, exciting game, Billy, and there's bound to be lots of this kind of football when the Kangaroos go to England at the end of the year.
Well, there were a couple of changes to the two tests that will be there for George, but nothing of any note, and we'll still be leaving on November 11.
And if Gene Miles keeps this form up, he might even be on the plane with the Kangaroos. One never knows, but it'll be a great trip, and if you want to come to the British Isles and watch the Kangaroo Tour, have a good time. Give Tour World a ring, or Channel O, and Billy and I would love to have you along. Brian Batiste, 10 metres, 20 metres inside Northern Suburbs territory. Johnson, Holder, Walsh out to Scott, 20 metres inside Northern Suburbs territory also. Centre field, about 2.5 minutes of play remaining. David Green trying to the end. Winner-Manly hold the lead of 24 points to 18. Scored 6 tries to 4 and have done it very well, the 6 tries. 2 to Gene Miles, 1 each to Terry Butler, Philatel, Brian Batiste and David Green. Wynnum ball once again. 4 tries for Norths to Warnock, Gray, Elliott and Canescu. Scott up there, the Winner-Manly captain and fullback. And there'll be a lot of people here cheering on Wednesday night when Colin Scott takes the field for the KB Cup. Should be a great night for the country team and the city team, both here at headquarters. And their first chance at the KB Cup. Brian Batiste, who's already scored 1 with a very strong, determined run, and only 4 metres out once again. Batiste plays it back to David Green. Green from dummy half, trying to sneak through, very close. Centimetres out on the last tackle. Sean Johnson to distribute. Johnson fires it out. Walsh, oh, almost, I suppose you shouldn't laugh, it almost knocked Colin Scott out, and the penalty goes to Northern Suburbs. We might get a replay of that. Can we just fly back, and that pass coming out hit Scott fair in the side of the head and almost brained him. You watch this. Bang! And Scotty didn't know what hit him. Northern Suburbs take the kick and play to restart just outside the quarter way. Full time, about 1.5 minutes away. Winner-Manly leading by 24 points to 18. Dave Logan. Logan gives it back to John Alroe. Alroe looking for a bit of ground. Gains about 12 metres. Darryl Gray. Shane Bernarden, who's been tireless this afternoon. Brian Dunn. Dunn's had a big game in the centres. Losing the ball on this occasion. McMahon has it. Indicated that it was forced out by a Winner-Manly player. So 6 tackles to go. Garozzo. Paul Bardia. Bardia 5 metres from the halfway line. Canescu. Henrik. Dave Logan. Logan gives it back. Russell Curran. Curran looking for support. Loses the ball finally. David Green has it for Winner-Manly. And Winner-Manly should finish with the ball and the points and the ball game. Brian Batiste. It's been pretty tough and pretty solid for all of the game, and with both teams showing us some great attack and also some good defence. And of course Barry Muir will come back after this. 24-18 after this commercial break. Barry Muir back with his man of the match for the George Simon Suit Award.
Yeah, winners by 24 points to 18, and I think most people will agree it was quite an entertaining match at Lang Park today. One thing left to do, that's to come up with the man of the match to take out the George Simon Suit. For the announcement, here's Barry Muir.
Well, it's certainly rugby league was a winner today. What a great game of football. You had everything, attack and defence. My man of the match was Gene Miles. He won the George Simon Suit. George, if you had 26 suits, mate, I'd give you, you'd be in trouble, mate, because I reckon I'd have to give 26 players 26 suits. I thought today was a great game of rugby league football. Gene Miles won the man of the match, but he was heavily supported by Ryan Baptiste, who I thought was just an inch away from him. David Green had a big game at hooker, and also all the back line had a good game. I thought Brett French played well, and also Butler and Attell. But bad luck for Northern Suburbs. They also played well. But on the day, it was just that the pace and the attacking skill of Winner-Manly won the game for them. On the other hand, Northern Suburbs tried very hard, but there's always got to be a winner, and Winner-Manly today, and congratulations to Gene Miles.
OK, on that note, we finish off from Lang Park. Hope you'll join us next Sunday, of course. We have the early game coming up at, well, that'll be a little bit later next week due to Anzac Day, so you'll find those times just a little bit later next week. That's all we have for you this week. Billy J. Smith, on behalf of everyone, signing off from League 82.